So, well, ladies and gentlemen, the pivotal time and task has come ahead of me to now introduce the Minister. Of course, we'd also request all of you to be kindly seated as it is now time for the closing plenary. And we're so elated that we have with us Ashwini Vaishnaw, Union Minister for Electronics and IT, who's joined us. Allow me an opportunity to introduce him. He's somebody who's been instrumental in shaping the digital transformation of India and advancing the country's capabilities in electronics, information technology and telecommunication. As a seasoned leader with a strong background in engineering and public administration, he's somebody who's played a key role in Digital India initiative and the various technology-driven reforms. As the Union Minister for Electronics and Information Technology, Mr. Vaishnaw oversees the development of the IT sector, including electronics manufacturing, software innovation, cybersecurity, e-governance, and digital infrastructure. His leadership has been all about focusing and driving India's technological self-reliance, enhancing the digital economy, and promoting the growth of electronics manufacturing sector through initiatives such as Make in India. Ladies and gentlemen, a man of his stature deserves a bigger round of applause. Let's continue that and call him on stage. And may I request all of you to give him a standing ovation and welcome him towards the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Ashwini Vaishnaw. Also, we'd like to, of course, the felicitation continues. Let the applause continue, ladies and gentlemen. And my opportunity to now further invite to the dais, none other than, ladies and gentlemen, the Union Minister for Electronics and IT, Government of India, Shri Ashwini Vaishnaw, for his welcome note and address.
Closing session. You must all be tired? No. Waiting. Attentive. But I must say, this is one of the most active audience I've ever seen. I really like the way all of you participated in the quiz, and I wish I had known this. I thought it was a panel discussion. Otherwise, I would have brought a nice presentation for all of you. That would have been so much fun. अच्छा ये बताओ, हिंदी में बोलना है, इंग्लिश में बोलना है? Mix. यहाँ पर कितने students हैं? How many of you are students? I'm also a student. That was a trick question. Just to keep you awake. All right, friends, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries off the dais, all the IITians, some of the brightest brains on the earth. It's really a pleasure to be with all of you. It's one of those moments when the history gets rewritten. This is a moment when the entire world's history is getting rewritten. As my previous speaker said, the entire geopolitical scenario, the geoeconomics, it's all changing. The way it is changing, the way things are unfolding today, we will see in the coming 10 years, there will be a totally different landscape, and India will play a major role in all the major events in the world in the coming many years to come. And within that landscape, the role of all the IITians is going to be a very big role. Some of the finest brains, some of the toughest competitors, some of the persons who really can solve biggest things in a jiffy. That is what IITians are. Very humble, connected to the grassroots, always working to solve a problem. That's what IITians are. And the brand IIT that all of you have established across the world, Go anywhere, you just have to say that you are an IITian, and after that you don't need an introduction. That's the power, that's the brand all of you have together, all of us have together created in the world. I would like to talk about 3 points. First, what are the technologies that we are developing? Second, my previous, क्या नाम था यादव साहब का? Sanjay. Sakar made a nice presentation about law. That was actually my second point. And third point, I would like to talk a bit about railways. Because there's a little bit of railways in everybody's life. है ना? Either ways, चाहे long distance, गांव से आए स्टेशन, मुंबई की local, कहीं ना कहीं there is some railway in everybody's mind, right? Friends, आप सब जानते हैं, in 10 वर्षों में, in the last 10 years, our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has really put so much focus on developing technologies and bringing technology to the common citizens. He uses a phrase, we must democratize technology. We must make sure that technology is accessible to the IITians, of course, but also to the common persons who are living in a village, living in a small town, who are not as privileged as people going to the best of the universities are. How do we do that? To do that, we have to create new structures. We have to create new systems, new ways of implementing technology. I'll give 2 examples. We all know about the UPI, right? Who doesn't know about UPI? Is there anybody in this room? Good. I'm so glad nobody raised hand. So, the way UPI was structured was, using public funds, we create a platform, then everybody else joins. Merchants join, payment solution providers join, citizens join, everybody joins that same platform. That makes technology accessible to all. That's the way we are creating our digital public infrastructure. Multiple solutions now we are trying to create using the same technology. The second example, the same architecture, I would say. Second example is of the National Health Authority. We all know that Ayushman Bharat is world's largest health assurance program. Again, we are following the same method. Government has created a public platform. Clinics, doctors, healthcare professionals, pharmacies, they are all joining this platform to create a solution where everybody can join and we can solve population scale problems. So that ensures that we are able to democratize technology. Friends, why I started with this example is, this is an approach which is very different from many other countries where technology is controlled by a few. We don't want that situation to come in our country. We want technology to be accessible to all. We want technology to be open to all. We want all the startups, the kind of energy that we can see in this room, to come up with new solutions. So that's the approach we are following. I'll come to the second part of technology. All of us, when we came out of the college, we always used to dream that India should have semiconductor technology. We should have our own fabs. We should have our own design teams. Right? ये सपना सबका था. 1962 onwards, our country was trying. Prime Minister Nehru ji, Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi ji, Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi ji, Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, they all tried. Sincere efforts. आज वो सपना पूरा हुआ है प्राइम मिनिस्टर श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के टाइम में. Today we have 5 units which are actively getting constructed at this point of time. We launched the semiconductor program on 1st January 2022. This is January 2025. just in a time frame of 3 years, 3 short years, 3 quick years, we today have almost every semiconductor ecosystem willing to come to India, willing to work in India, willing to participate in the semiconductor mission. But we should not stop here. This is just the beginning. Now we must become a product nation. Now we must develop our own products, we must develop our own chipsets, we must have our own IP, we must have our own brands and provide solutions which are cost effective but excellent in technology. And that is what I request you, the best of the best brains, people who have been very successful across the world, around the world, I request you to come out with an action plan for about 25 chipsets, which over the next 2 to 3 years, we should be able to work on, and at least 10 we should be able to have our own from India, made in India, designed in India, made for the world. That is the request I want to make to you today. And I'll request Pan IIT, the leadership team here, to please coordinate it. We would be very happy to support every such effort as a part of the India semiconductor mission. There are funds earmarked for it. There is support from a variety of stakeholders. There is a very good ecosystem now which will enable development of the products. I'll come to the third point within technology piece. Friends, what I wanted to share with you is that the confidence with which the country is moving today, we are able to develop many technologies. एक एग्जाम्पल आपको देता हूँ, 4G telecom stack, upgradable to 5G. There are only 5 companies, 2 from China, 1 from Korea and 2 from Europe. Only 5 companies which have end-to-end entire telecom stack for providing telecom services. Our Prime Minister gave us the challenge that we are among one of the largest telecom deployment parameters. We are one of the largest economy having such a large number of telecom towers and telecom network being deployed in the country. So he gave us the target, develop world-class 4G telecom stack, which should be upgradable to 5G. We took that challenge and about 3,500 engineers, many of them IITians, many of them from many other colleges, worked for about 3 years. And today, friends, a world-class telecom stack is now getting installed every day. We have already covered more than 50,000 towers in the country. And there are inquiries coming from some of the richest economies, some of the big economies for importing this telecom stack. That's the power of our country, that's the capability of our engineers who can develop such complex solutions in a very short time frame. I'll give second example. Vande Bharat. How many of you have experienced it? Kaisa experience? The lady there? Amazing? Acha hai? Good? Tik tak? Very good. Meets your expectation? Exceeds? That's the lingo, corporate lingo. Again, this was a very big example where our teams took up the challenge thrown by our Prime Minister and delivered on it. It's really complex. I would like to share with you how complex it is. It's like moving a 10 megawatt power plant at a speed of 180 kmph with human beings sitting in it, with passengers sitting in it. That's the level of complexity. There are only 8 countries in the world who have been able to develop their own semi-high-speed train. Now we have joined that very small elite club, and you must have seen that video जिसमें पानी का ग्लास रखा हुआ है, देखा है? वो पानी का ग्लास हिलता नहीं है 180 kmph पे, फेविकॉल नहीं रखा हुआ उसके नीचे, राइट? ऐसे ही है, वो सीधा ही रखा हुआ है. That's the power of taking a challenge, delivering on it, and that's what our Prime Minister keeps pushing us towards developing new technologies. PIWOT, another example. There are countries which have developed automatic train protection solutions. Oh, yes, put the clock is disabled. I was thinking still I got 10 minutes. You tricked me. There are many countries who have developed automatic train protection systems, but most of the solutions are very expensive and very complex and highly dependent upon culture of the country. We worked on a solution which would work very well in our country, and today a solution is available, getting installed every day, many kilometers and many locomotives, many trains, where even if 2 trains come on the same track, they would automatically stop. Even if the driver doesn't see the signal, the PIWOT will automatically apply brakes and make sure that the train stops well before the red light, about 400 meters before the red light. Even if let's say the speed of that section is 130 kmph and the loco pilot, the driver, notches it up beyond 130, PIWOT will automatically apply brakes. So what I wanted to share with you is today it's possible to develop such complex technologies at very frugal budgets and be able to demonstrate on a large scale and then develop those products for exports. That's the mindset. Our Prime Minister says, mind is not a problem. Mindset is. Mind is never a problem. Mindset is. If we change our mindset, we can achieve a lot. So friends, this is the time when the mindset of the country is changing. Mindset of the world is changing. The way the world treats us, the way the world thinks about us, that's all changing. So friends, I wanted to share this with you. I'll talk a bit about railways. We are at this point of time going through a massive modernization program for Indian Railways. Massive. Last year, our capital expenditure for modernizing railways and expanding capacity was $29 billion US. $29 billion US actual capex gone into the system. This year again, $30 billion US going into modernization and expansion of railways. Complete system is getting revamped. 1,300 stations are getting rebuilt, completely rebuilt. Not just redesigned, but getting completely rebuilt. New types of trains like Vande Bharat, Amrit Bharat. And Amrit Bharat is an amazing train if you see it on social media. 450 rupees for 1,000 kilometers. Practically all the best features of Vande Bharat in it. 450 rupees for 1,000 kilometer journey. That's the kind of change we are trying to bring in the lives of people at the bottom of the pyramid. Today we have become one of the largest infrastructure adding country. So last year we added 5,300 kilometers of new railway tracks. And to give you the context, the whole network of a country like Switzerland or Austria or Belgium is about 5,000 kilometers. That's the pace at which we are adding infrastructure to our country, to our network, because we need it. We are a country of 1.4 billion people. We need to move more and more people in a more comfortable and affordable and safe way. So that's the kind of focus we have. I'll request all the IITians to join this journey. There are hundreds of opportunities. There are hundreds of problem statements which need to be solved for. Come out with solutions, come out with your proposals. In this, we have created a dedicated innovation fund of about 500 crore rupees purely for getting technology into railways. Technology which can be scaled up. I don't want technology which is only for showing. It should make a fundamental difference in the railway operations. In the way the operations are planned, in the way trains are built, in the way construction is done, in the way safety is assessed, in the way inspections are done. Every part of railways will bring many more opportunities for you. Friends, I'll once again congratulate all of you for doing such a great pivot this time and being the brand ambassadors of India, being the brand ambassadors of technology across the world. Bless you all. You are doing very good work. Keep doing this good work. Thank you.
The leaders on the stage.